warming is very likely, and what that means is we're more than 90% sure that it's due to humans. All right, so now we know warming's happening, we know it's due to humans. How do we figure out where it should be going over the next 100 years? How much do we need to worry? How much do we need to take action next? Well, let me give you very briefly an overview of what the impacts have already been to 0.7 degrees centigrade of warming, which is about 1 degree Fahrenheit. So everything I'm going through is stuff we've already seen happening over the past century. First, we're starting to see massive movements of species, both going northward towards the North Pole, southward towards the South Pole, and up mountains. So for instance, we're seeing tropical species coming up into the USA. Tropical dragonflies going into Florida. In Texas, we're seeing this as well. The Mexican green jay used to be a migrant bird. The rufous hummingbird in the southeastern USA is in the same position. Migrants come up in the springtime, they go back down to Mexico and Central America in the winter because they can't handle the freeze. The Mexican jay, the rufous hummingbird, a whole slew of former migratory birds are now resident in southern states like Texas. Tropical butterflies, which cannot handle a freeze, again, they get killed if it freezes, are now resident in South Texas next. This is already starting to cause fairly large conservation problems. So here's an endangered butterfly species that I worked with, the Keynote checker spot. The yellow blob in Southern California is the reason it's endangered is because of habitat loss, right? I mean, this is the normal reason why species become endangered. But over the past 100 years, what's happened is it's now been dying out at the southern part of its range down in Mexico, where the habitat, if you look to the left there, is absolutely gorgeous because that area is no longer climatically suitable. So it's being restricted. The healthy populations shown in green are being squished between this land use destruction happening to the north, climate change switching them up in the south, and they're being restricted to these very narrow bands of habitat. And this is happening to quite a lot of species, especially those that already have fairly small ranges. Next.